Assalamualaikum grade 9 students, mathematics 4024, and I'm very sorry for the delay. This is the third part video of your assessment solution. ये जो सेकंड असेसमेंट आपके हुए थे इसका सॉल्यूशन की ये थर्ड वीडियो है जिसमें वी विल बी सॉल्विंग द थर्ड क्वेश्चन जो कि वर्ड प्रॉब्लम ऑन क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशंस था. I have solved the first two questions in the previous videos and I hope you all have watched those videos. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 और क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 की वीडियो में शेयर कर चुका हूँ. दिस इज द थर्ड वीडियो, थर्ड पार्ट है ये जिसमें वी विल बी सॉल्विंग थर्ड क्वेश्चन. ये थोड़ा सा लेट आ रहा है बिकॉज आई वाज नॉट वेल. सम वीडियोस ऑन द मिड ईयर पेपर, जो है मिड ईयर पेपर के बारे में मुझे गाइडेंस भी देनी है तुम लोगों को, तो इंशाल्लाह उस पर भी वीडियोस आएगी. मिड ईयर के रिजल्ट के बारे में जो है वो एक इन्फॉर्मेशन है मेरे पास, वो भी मैं इंशाल्लाह शेयर करूँगा. तो आई विल ट्राई टू मेक वीडियोस एज मच एज पॉसिबल सो दैट यू कैन वॉच दोज वीडियोस एंड टेक द गाइडेंस ताकि तुम लोग की हेल्प हो सके. Okay, I know that this is a tough situation again, and you guys are not in practice, and this is a 100 mark paper. तो थोड़ा सा ये है कि इसमें तुम लोगों को मोटिवेशन और गाइडेंस की जरूरत पड़ेगी. तो इंशाल्लाह I will try to give you that motivation and guidance, and I will hope that you will watch all those videos and will try to follow the instructions as well. So without wasting any time, we are moving on to the question number 3 of your assessment. This is basically a word problem on quadratic equation, and this is a very important question because this type of question will also be coming in your mid-year examination. So we are solving this question. This question has basically five parts, and question number part A and part B comprises of 1 1 marks, and part C and D comprise of 3 3 marks, and the last part is again of 1 mark. So this is basically a question 3 3 6 7 8 9 mark question जो कि इंशाल्लाह आपके मिड ईयर में भी बिल्कुल इसी तरह का क्वेश्चन जो है वो हमने डाला है. सो दिस वीडियो विल बी हेल्पफुल फॉर यू गाइस. So first I will be reading out the question. That the question says that a wheel completes a distance of 4 kilometer in clockwise direction with a constant speed of x kilometer per hour. So the important information in this question is again. So in the first part, we have to write an expression for the time taken by the wheel to complete the distance of 4 kilometer. Again, the distance is mentioned again, which is 4 kilometer, and the speed is x kilometer per hour. We know that in order to write the expression for time, we must know the formula for the time. So we know that the formula for the time is basically distance divided by speed, because we know that speed is basically distance upon time. So we can make the subject. If we want to write the formula for the time, we have to make t our subject, and when we will make t our subject, our formula will look like this: t is equals to d upon s, distance upon speed. So we just have to insert the values. The distance is given, and total time from the time from A to B. This is basically the time of A to B is distance upon speed. The distance is 4 and the speed is x. So this will be t 4 upon x, and it will be in hours. So this is the expression for the time for the first part. While returning from point B to point A in anti-clockwise direction, the wheel covers a distance of 4 kilometer, because again if the distance between point A to B is 4 kilometer, then from B to A is again will be the same, that is 4 kilometer, but this time the speed is 2 more than the original speed. 2 more than the previous speed means this time the speed is x plus 2 kilometer per hour. And again we have to write the expression for the time, so we will use that formula again. T will be equals to, we know the distance is again 4 kilometer, but this time the speed is x plus 2, so we will just write this in the denominator, and this will again be the time. So this will be in hours as well, and this is the time from B to A. So these are the two expressions for the time. This time is from A to B, and this time is from B to A. And now moving on to the third part, let's see what the third part says. The third part says that if the total time taken by the wheel to complete, total time means we have to go to A to B and then return from B to A. This is the total time from A to B, and then from B to A is 3 hours. So this is the total time, and we have to use this information to make an equation which reduces to 3x square minus 2x minus 8. This means the final equation is known to us. We just have to make this equation by using this original information which is given in the part C. So this is the total time. We know that we have the expression for the two times. We have calculated the expression in the first and the second part for the going time and the returning time. So what we'll do, we'll just add them since this is the total time. So this is the time from A to B, and this is the time from B to A. So since this is the total time, so what will I do in order to find the total these two times? And I will just equate them with 3, and I will now solve this fractional equation, and I will just transform this fractional equation into this quadratic equation by solving it. And the first step is I have to take the LCM, and in order to take the LCM I have to write both the brackets. So this will be x and x plus 2, and now I will see what is missing over here. X is already there, but x plus 2 is missing. So what will I do? I will just multiply the numerator with x plus 2. So this will be x plus 2 in the numerator. And now I have to look at the other fraction. What is missing in the other fraction? So I will just use the positive sign, which is the in between sign. And since x plus 2 is over here, x is missing. So I will just multiply the numerator with x. So this will become 4x, and it will be equals to 3. So now what will I do? I will just simplify. I will expand this bracket. I have to multiply 4 with x. So this will become 4x. And then I will multiply 4 with positive 2. 4 times 2 is 8. So this will become 8. And this will be 4x as it is. And I will now shift the denominator to the other side. It is being dividing on this side, and when it will go on the other side, it will get multiplied. And I am also multiplying the brackets as well. So x multiplied by x will be x square. This x when multiplied with x will become x square, and when this x will be multiplied with 2, it will become positive 2x. So the next step will be simplification. Again, I have to multiply this 3 with this whole bracket, and then I will shift the like terms on one side and see whether my equation is the same which is mentioned in the question or not. So 4x and 4x will become 8x. So I will just write 8x, and this will be plus 8. Then equals to this, I will multiply 3 with x square. So this will become 3x square. And when I will multiply 3 with 2x, it will become positive 6x. And now I just have to shift these two terms on that side, because I have to keep the coefficient of x square positive. So I will shift these two terms on that side. So 3x square and 6x will stay wherever they are, and I will shift these two terms. This will become minus 8x. Since this is positive on this side, when it will go on the other side of the equation, it will be inverse. And again, this is positive 8, so it will become negative 8 equals to 0. And now I will just add and subtract the like terms. 3x square is only 1, so it will remain as it is. Plus 6x minus 8x will give me minus 2x, sign belongs to the greater number. And minus 8 will be as it is equals to 0. This is the same equation which is given in the question. So I have used this data correctly to form the equation which is given in the question. 3x square minus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Part C is of 3 marks. So if you are making the right equation, you will be getting all the 3 marks. Moving on to the part 4. Part 4 says you have to solve this equation. And we know that since this is a quadratic equation, so we can solve it by completing square, we can solve it by factorization, we can solve it by quadratic formula. I can see the factors, I can make the factors easily, so I am going with the factorization method. So this is 3x square, and this is minus 2x, and this is minus 8 equals to 0. So I am going with the factorization method. So multiplying the corners will give me minus 24, and the middle term is minus 2. So I know that 6 and 4 can be the two factors, because on subtracting I can get minus 2. and 6 times 4 is 24, so I am making these two as the required factors. I will give the sign of the middle term to the bigger factor, that is minus 6x, and I have to give 4 a positive because I need minus 2x. So this will be 4x, and then the last term will be as it is, minus 8 equals to 0. And now I will pair the first two terms and the last two terms, and we'll see if something is common or not. Yes, something is common, and I can see the common. 3 is common and x is also common. So inside the bracket it will be x, because 3 has been taken as common, and out of 2x, 1x is outside, so 1 will remain inside. Since x has been taken common and 3 as well, so 3 on multiplying with 2 give me 6, so inside the bracket it will be 2, and again I can take 4 as common. So when I will take 4 as common, the bracket will be x minus 2. So since both the brackets are coming same, so this means I have applied the method correctly. So this will be x minus 2, and the other bracket will be 3x plus 4 equals to 0, and I will just put one bracket each, 1 by 1 equals to 0, and will find the value of x. When x minus 2 equals to 0, I will get the value of x as 2, because this is negative 2, and when it will go on the other side it will become, so the first value is coming out as 2, and I will just put the other bracket as well, which is 3x plus 4 equals to 0. When I will shift this plus 4 on the other side, it will become negative 4, and the value of x will be minus 4 upon 3. So since I know that x is the speed, so speed cannot be negative. So I will just ignore this second value, because this is a negative value, and I know that speed cannot be negative. So I will just take the positive value, which is 2. So the value of x is basically 2, and that value will be used in the last part to find out the speed of the wheel while traveling from point B to A. So I know that the speed of the wheel from traveling from B to A is x plus 2. So I know this speed. So what will I do? I will just write this x plus 2, and I will just put the value of x in this, and I know that the value of x is 2. So this will be 2 plus 2, and the value of speed is coming out as 4 kilometer per hour. This is the returning speed from point B to A. And I know that the speed of point A to B is x, which is mentioned in the question. So the returning speed is basically 2 kilometer per hour, which I don't have to find out. I just have to find out the speed of the wheel while traveling from point B to A, which is given in the expression form as x plus 2. I have found out. I have calculated the value of x. The two values of x are 2 and minus 4 upon 3. I'm discarding this negative value and I'm taking this positive value. And I just have to substitute x with 2 and will get the speed from point B to A. That was the third question of your assessment. And I hope you will like this video and you will clear your concepts by watching this video. And I will promise you that inshallah soon I will be making some more videos. अभी थोड़ी आवाज़ आपको खुद ही मेरी ख़राब लग रही होगी, इंशाल्लाह जैसे ही आवाज़ बेहतर होती है I will be back with some more videos, so stay tuned, take care, and all the best for your exams.